Welcome you all to the seventh session of Special Theory of Relativity of fifth semester of physics prescribed by Karnataka University, Dharwad. I am Sunil M.H., Assistant Professor of Physics in Government First Grade College, Ranebennur. In this session, we are going to study variation of mass with velocity under Special Theory of Relativity. Here, the prerequisite things are frames of references, dynamics of the system, Lorentz transformation equations. These are the most valuable things in these sessions, especially in special theory of relativity. Now we are going to derive the relativistic mass formula with velocity. Before the theory of relativity, it was believed that mass will be constant if a particle may go at any speed. Then, after the special theory of relativity, it was shown that mass of any body will be dependent on its velocity. Let us consider two frames of references S and S prime, where S prime is moving with the velocity v with respect to S prime. Let us take two similar elastic bodies A and B moving with the velocities u and minus u respectively in S prime frame. Two bodies collide and coalesce into one body. Momentum of ball A, then according to conservation of law of momentum, we can write momentum of ball A plus momentum of ball B is equal to momentum of the coalesced mass, where momentum is the product of mass and velocity. We can write for a momentum for the ball A as m into u, whereas for the momentum for ball B we can write minus m into u, where u minus u is the velocity of the particle B, which is equal to 0 because mu minus mu cancels out. That says that momentum of the coalesced mass, that is coalesced mass, must be at rest in S prime frame. That is, the mass produced due to the collision of A and B is at rest according to the S prime of reference or with respect to the observer in S prime, but with respect to the S frame, that particle is moving with the velocity v same as the velocity S prime with respect to S frame of reference. Here u1 and u2 are the two velocities of the two bodies with respect to S frame. We have taken u and minus u with respect to S frame. Here we are taking u1 and u2 are the velocities of two bodies with respect to S frame. After the collision, the velocity of the coalesced mass is with respect to S frame by using law of conservation of momentum in S frame. That is, total momentum conserved is m1 u1. Mass of the body m1, that is a mass of the body A is m1, mass of the particle B is m2, velocity is u1 and velocity is u2 for particle A and B respectively. We can write m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to the total mass, that is after the collision we get a mass m1 plus m2 and which is moving with the velocity v with respect to S frame of reference. Substituting here, we have got this equation from law of conservation of momentum. We know from law of addition of velocities the value of u1 and u2. When we substitute that u1 as equal to u plus v by 1 plus uv by c square and u2 as minus u plus v by 1 minus uv by c square, and simplifying for m1 and m2, we get, after substituting and simplifying for m1 and m1 is a mass of the particle A and m2 is mass of the particle B, which is equal to m1 by m2 is equal to 1 plus uv by c square divided by 1 minus uv by c square. Call this as equation 1. Let us consider this term. We are going to consider this special term here, 1 minus u1 square by c square, that is equal to, substitute the value of u1 from here, we get 1 minus u plus v divided by 1 plus uv by c square whole square divided by c square. So doing some algebra, we get final equation as 1 minus u square by c square into 1 minus v square by c square divided by 1 plus uv by c square whole square. Call this as equation 2. Similarly, we consider 1 minus u2 square by c square. Here we are considered 1 minus u1 square by c square. Here we are considering 1 minus u2 square by c square. So doing the same thing, substituting the value of u2 from here and simplifying that equation, we get 1 minus u square by c square into 1 minus v square by c square whole divided by 1 minus uv by c square whole square. Call this as equation 3. Divide equation 3 from 2. In the next step, we get 1 minus u2 square by c square divided by 1 minus u1 square by c square is equal to 1 plus uv by c square whole square divided by 1 minus uv by c square whole square. Taking the square roots on both sides, we get equation 4. Square root for this left hand side and squares will be cancelled on right hand side, we get this equation. Comparing this equation with 1, we have the right hand sides are equal. Then the right hand sides are equal, then we can equate left hand sides, that is m1 by m2. m1 by m2, this is the left hand side of equation 1, which is equal to the left hand side of equation 4, that is root of 1 minus u2 square by c square divided by root of 1 minus u1 square by c square. So we can write this equation as m1 into square root of 1 minus u1 square by c square, which is equal to m2 into square root of 1 minus u2 square by c square. Look at this equation. In left hand side, we have this term which is related to the particle A, that is mass m1 and velocity u1, and right hand side is related to the particle B that has mass m2 and velocity u2. So these are independent. Left hand side and right hand sides of that equation is independent of one another. The result is true if and only if those left hand side and right hand side are equal to m naught. What is this m naught? M naught is called as rest mass of the particle. That is, when a particle is at rest, when it is not moving with respect to any other frame of reference, means which is at rest in that frame of reference, then we call that as rest mass of the particle. In general, we can write instead of m1 and u1, so replacing m1 by m and u1 or u2 by v, we can write that is velocity of the particle m into root of 1 minus v square by c square, which is equal to m naught, or m is equal to m naught by square root of 1 minus v square by c square. This is the one of the major result of the special theory of relativity. The people who were described that mass was absolute, then looking at the equation, it was said that mass is not absolute. The mass of any particle will be related to its velocity. As the velocity of the velocity of the particle increases, its mass increased by this term, where m naught is called the rest mass of the particle, which is the relativistic mass equation. So let us take a condition when v approaches c, means when the velocity of the particle approaches the velocity of light, m become infinity. Look at here, when when v becomes c square by c square, we get 1 minus 1 minus 1 0. Anything which we have anything which is under 0, again which is under square root, is 0 is again 0. M naught by 0 it is indeterminate. We take that as infinity. That we can conclude that if a particle velocity approaches c, then the mass of the particle approaches to infinity. That is, an object traveling at a speed of light would have infinite mass. This equation also suggests that no material body can have a velocity equal to or greater than the velocity of light. So verification of mass variation formula was done with some experiment. In 1906 and 1909, while studying the beta ray emitting from radioactive element, it was found that their velocities were comparable to velocity of light, and also that their masses were found to be related to their velocities. Means the velocity of the beta particle, as the velocity of the beta particles increases, their masses were also increased. The second thing was in particle accelerators, when various charged particle accelerated to very high velocities, it has been found that the velocities of the particles acquire greater masses, exactly predicted by the formula of mass variation with velocity. This was a big thing that was given by theory of relativity. Let us move on to a problem. At what speed is a particle moving if the mass equal to 2 times of its rest mass? Here the condition is given that when a particle mass increased by twice the time of the rest mass, what is its velocity? So given m is equal to 2m naught, what is v? So we have relativistic mass equation. M is equal to m naught by root of 1 minus v square by c square. M, substituting for m, that is 2m naught, cancel m naught and taking square and doing some algebra, we get the value of v is equal to 0.866 times of the velocity of light. That's it. Here in this session we have studied the derivation of mass variation formula with the velocity, importance of mass variation of mass with the velocity in various branches of physics, that is especially nuclear physics. So these are the some books we can go through to study the special theory of relativity. With this I put an end to this session. Thank you all.